tonight's agenda, let me put myself on here as well so you get to see my ugly mug. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Okay, now tonight's agenda, okay, is, like I say, about correlations, and I will be doing an introduction into hedging. So tonight we'll start off with what is correlations, an explanation, what does that actually mean. Then I'll be discussing currency pairs that correlate and why they possibly correlate together. Then I'll be doing a brief introduction into hedging. Okay, I will do a specialized webinar just for hedging later down the line for maybe a next episode of How I series. But we'll do an introduction into hedging. Then we'll go into future educational events I'll be running in December. And of course, my usual question and answer session, which I would hold off to the end. So any questions you have, please feel free to ask me at the end of this presentation. So what is correlation? What does it actually mean? Now, the official definition is it's a mutual relationship or connection between two or more things. Well, that sounds pretty interesting, James. But what does that actually mean in relation to trading? Well, it means this. Whoops, pressed the wrong button. There we go. Always the way, isn't it? Technical stuff, eh? God, I can't even do it myself, right? Anyway, correlation in relation to currency pairs. Now, when it comes to currency pairs, there tends to be two types of correlations. A positive correlation, and this is where two or more assets can increase or decrease in value parallel together. Okay, that's positive. Negative correlations, which is where two assets or more can decrease or increase in the opposing directions for one another. Simply saying you can have one asset go up, and at the same time as that asset's going up, another asset's going down. That's a negative correlation. Positive correlation is you've got one asset going up and an asset follows it, goes up at the same time. That's a positive correlation. So there are two differences, the positive and the negative, and what we'll be talking about. Now, traders, to try and help them identify possible trading opportunities, they look for what's known as correlations coefficiency. And basically what it is, they try and calculate how closely a pair is linked with each other, both in a positive and negative correlation with each other. Okay. Now, the theory is, okay, again, this is a calculation. You have like a level of a negative correlation and you have a positive correlation. The balance number is 0. And the maximum or the best negative correlation is -1. And the best positive correlation is +1. So the idea is the closer it is to either a -1 means it's a strong negative correlation, or if it's closest to a +1 means it's a strong positive correlation. Now, to look at, these correlations and work out the statistics to get to the numbers. Sorry for a little dry, I need my cup of tea. Typical English, I need my tea. Now, to look at this, you look at what's known as correlation tables. And there is a lot out there which you can look at, and they can alternate, obviously, as the market goes. It's not something you need to obviously calculate yourself, though you can through an Excel sheet, but the calculations is very complicated. So it's easier to look at other correlation tables out there, and there's quite a few out there. If you Google correlation tables, then you get to see, where the pairs, how are they positive or negative, or how close they are being too strongly negatively correlated, or how strongly to a positive correlated they are. Now, this is a table which I put together from various sources, from lots of data sources out there on the net, from some very, very good brokers out there, such as Staxo, etc., like that. And this is, sort of correlation table you can look at to see if a currency pair is positively correlated and how strong it is, or how negative a currency pair is correlated to another and how strong that negative correlation is. Now, remember, -1 is the strongest negative correlation and +1 is the strongest positive correlation. So let's have a look at this table here we've got here. So obviously you've got Aussie dollar, Euro Swiss franc, Euro sterling, Euro yen, Euro dollar, British pound dollar, USD Japanese yen, and gold. Okay, and across we've got the same pairs across These are just the ones I randomly chosen, okay, just to illustrate what we're talking about. But you can find correlation tables out for pretty much any pairs you're looking at.